All right, what is up, Cleveland Cavalier Nation? We have a video and we're just going to kind of openly talk about the Cavaliers trade situation tonight. The Cavs are, dude, I swear to you, they're like the fourth seed they're the fourth seed in the Eastern Conference right now. And as difficult as that loss was last night against the Detroit Pistons, which I did end up recapping that game, but it just had a Pistons title. So if you guys wanted to watch that recap, go ahead, check it out. It's my last video. As difficult as that loss was to the Detroit Pistons last night, they're fourth in the freaking Eastern Conference, man. It's actually unbelievable. And so, there's a lot of talk in the rumor mill, just in the NBA in general, but particularly with the Cleveland Cavaliers that came out really weirdly. You got Caris LeVert, you got trading Ricky Rubio, trading Colin Sexton, Caris LeVert, Terence Ross, Joe Harris, Gary Harris, Jon Collins, Ben Simmons, a lot's going on right now in the Cavs sphere. And before we get into it, if you guys enjoy, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. I post daily NBA videos, and I pretty much post daily Cavs content at this point. We're literally still like 20 subscribers away from 10,000 or something, 20 something. So if you guys enjoy this, please hit that like button and drop a comment for the algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it, man. The Cavs situation is really intriguing right now because you have to keep in mind that, first off, dude, having the third pick in last year's draft, the Cavs were not anticipated to be in the position that they're in. Even a hardcore Cavs fan would probably tell you, an optimistic Cavs fan, diehard Cavs fan would probably be like, yeah, I was feeling good about the team this season, but I don't know if I was feeling this good about the team. Darius Garland, Jared Allen on their way to All-Star bids. Evan Mobley is looking, possible Rookie of the Year candidate. We'll see what happens. It's, always changing. You're getting Kevin Love, just kind of this renewed, vision of Kevin Love. It's absolutely crazy. And then you had a guy like, Ricky Rubio just go off on your bench. You got guys like Isaac Okoro who are improving. And then you've got just a bunch of players like, Lamar Stevens, Dean Wade, Jetty Osman, the whole fucking roster, dude. Rondo, Markkanen, everyone's contributing. Everyone is contributing. Usually when the Cavaliers play a basketball game, they have at least 6 players in double figures, and then when that number hits 7 or 8, the Cavs win that basketball game. They're a top 5 defense in the NBA, and right now you can tell with Ricky Rubio being out, and particularly with Lauri Markkanen most recently being out, you can tell that they are having a lot of offensive kind of lulls. It's not for the majority of a basketball game. They just beat the Miami Heat. They just beat the Milwaukee Bucks. But then you have a game, you have a stinker like Detroit, where you only score 17 points in the fourth quarter. Maybe it was 16. I believe it was 17 points. And it just gets you thinking, a player, we'll talk about this, but a player like Terence Ross would just do this team wonders offensively. Now let's actually talk about Terence Ross here real quick, because he's kind of one of the guys I'm pinpointing for the Cavaliers to get. But you can make such a good argument for why the Cavs should not target Terence Ross. First off, he's terrible on defense. Maybe terrible isn't the right word, and I'm being a little dramatic. He's not good. He's definitely not good on defense. No disrespect to Terence Ross. That man's not known for defense. Let's be real here. I'll compare the Cavaliers to kind of like Toronto right now, where you're just trying to build a certain roster. You're going after certain player types. You're looking for big players. You're looking for long players. You're looking for guys who can guard multiple positions. You're looking guys who can play multiple positions. You're looking for guys who can shoot the three. You're looking for guys who can pass it off for the open three. There's just a lot of things that, a team like the Cavs and the Raptors, it's bigger than this season, right? You're not going to go trade Sexton and Rubio for immediate help if it doesn't make sense. Because, once again, not many people thought the Cavs would be the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference over halfway through the NBA season, having one of the most difficult schedules in the entire NBA. So it's just a weird situation. Gary Harris, He's been most recently linked in Cavaliers rumors. Gary Harris offensively does absolutely nothing for me. I understand the issue for the Cavaliers right now is you want an offensive player, like a guy you can maybe not rely on offense, but like a guy you can feel comfortable and confident with just scoring the basketball, whether it's probably going to be off of the bench. It'll be off of the bench. But you don't want to destroy that defense. You don't want to destroy that chemistry either. But then, like I said, man, you have those lulls against Detroit where it's like, oh my God, can somebody please score the basketball right now? So a guy like Gary Harris, offensively, what's he going to do for me? The answer is nothing. The answer is nothing. Terence Ross, offensively, what's he going to give you? Well, this season he's shooting like 32% from downtown. The good news for that is they're not going to have to give up a first-round pick. Like, you can trade a second-round pick and something for Terence Ross. Terrence, I believe, is on, like a $12 million a year contract, and it goes for another year. So if you traded for Terence Ross, you'd have a year and a half of him, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's the issue for the Cavs is if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And you lose all that money that you could potentially save to either like bring back a guy like Ricky Rubio or go for like a bigger name free agent to really kind of put yourself into championship contending discussions. So, those are two players. Let me try and think of some more. Ben Simmons and Jon Collins. Honestly, I don't think either of those players get traded. Whether or not they should, that's up for your opinion. I think personally both of those two players should be traded from their teams, but we all know like a lot of these dudes are stubborn. And they're kind of, a lot of these GMs, I feel like they're looking to save face, and they're not going to be like, yeah, extending Ben Simmons was a mistake, or yeah, extending Jon Collins was a mistake. They'd rather kind of save their face and just kind of hope it works, make some other more tweaks, but that's fully my opinion, so it's kind of like a little rant there. Ricky Rubio. Should Ricky Rubio be traded? Ricky Rubio and a first-round pick for a guy like, say, Caris LeVert. That's really kind of the debate. That's really the discussion, man. Ricky Rubio is awesome. I think Ricky Rubio for the Cleveland Cavaliers is awesome. The question then becomes, are there players in the draft you're looking at, or are there players in next year's free agency you're scoping that can kind of fulfill Ricky Rubio's role? A guy who, if one of your starting guards gets injured, you put in Ricky Rubio and you feel 100% comfortable. You're totally confident, you're totally comfortable because it's Ricky Rubio and you know he's going to make your basketball team better. So do you do that? Do you trade Rubio? Is Rubio going to go away in free agency? Is he going to go to a different team? Is he going to go to whatever team offers him the most money? These are the questions. These are the questions that the Cavs management really has to think about, and they have to think long and hard about this, because if Ricky Rubio leaves in free agency this season, it's like, well, why didn't you trade him? But at the same time, the dude's hurt for the rest of the year. So how great is his trade value? The answer is it's not great. Any team that would be taking on Ricky Rubio is essentially rebuilding. And that's why you're targeting, Rubio for LeVert. That's like been the biggest thing I've seen is Rubio for LeVert, because the Pacers, they look like they're about to enter a rebuilding phase. And so taking on an expiring contract in return for draft assets and draft capital, that's something that would be enticing to a rebuilding team. Then again, do you mess with the chemistry? Do you mess with the defense by bringing in a player like Caris LeVert? Would Caris LeVert even want to come off of the bench? Should Caris LeVert even come off the bench? Do you stick with Isaac Okoro and hope he just kind of further develops offensively because defensively he's such a stud? Sometimes I'm glad I'm not a GM. Other times I'm like, give me the damn GM. Throw me on NBA 2K, give me the damn GM spot, and I'll fix this roster up immediately. I'm trying to think of other players that the Cavs are interested in trading for, and I just honestly can't really think of it. But, I'm looking at guys like I would trade on the Cavs right now. Sexton is tough because you're kind of gambling that Isaac turns out to be a better player than Sexton. Dean Wade's probably a guy I wouldn't mind the Cavaliers trading away, but it also wouldn't be easy. Like, I'm not looking to trade Dean Wade. I feel like especially the last 2-3 games, he's been extremely vital for the Cavaliers, and it's kind of making you think, could he be vital for the rest of the season? A lot of damn questions, man. A lot of damn questions. Kevin Love definitely won't be traded. I think that's kind of kiboshed by now. But that's it for today, man. I would love to hear from Cavs Nation. Drop some comments down below on what you think the Cavaliers should do at the trade deadline. Stay still, or make a big-time move like Caris LeVert, small move like Terence Ross. Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys later.